Hello everyone, this is Daniel, and this is what heaven is like. So what is heaven? And which religion got it right? Well, if you look at Christianity, it describes humanity very well. A fallen state that is evil and corrupt. If you see it right now, people are literally, doing horrible deeds, and the government is corrupt, and people want the government to be, executed or dealt with, and there's just evil in the world that the Bible predicted. And there was also things the Bible predicted, like wars and rumors of wars, and weather events, and pestilence, and you name it. That's what Jesus predicted 2,000 years ago. So anyway, if you read the Bible, and if it's like what every other religion follows after it, and that is all about, every other religion describes what Jesus is describing, except it's talking about what Jesus is talking about, and it talks about him as God. And he died for all of us, that we are all sinners, that we cannot help it. One says, wow, this is what Jesus was all about. And here's what salvation is. Accepting Jesus as your Lord and Savior, because he accepted you, all of you, as his, he's accepted you all into heaven. Accept him as your Lord and Savior. Accept him for what he's done to you. Accept him for what he's done for you. Because if you accept him as your Lord and Savior, that he saves you from hell, then you will go to this one place in heaven, in paradise. So now we get to heaven. What is heaven? And what is it like? Now, for personal preference, for me, it's all about the things that you really love to do, that you would really, really wish to do. And not only that, it's much better than that. Like really, gardens beyond gardens, riches beyond riches, and all of that. It's just paradise. You can taste all the things that you can taste. It's just not going to compare to heaven. Because there's no death in heaven. There is death on earth, but there's no death in heaven. There's no sin in heaven. There's no sadness in heaven. And sin is the main point of death. So why is it holy? Well, if you want to have a good loving, if you want to have love that is true and tried and true, agape love, and just having the most beautiful thing that you can ever imagine, things that are done to you that are very kind and beautiful, and not the opposite, that is horrible and really scary, then heaven's a place for you. I mean, it has gardens and water, like fountains and everything like that. It's not like a Catholic term, but it's actually like, if you ever imagine, like going in the garden and, splashing and, let's say, lots of, pearls, like pearls of water, fountains made from pearls and gold, and lots of shade, and the light is everywhere. Not just shadows. I mean, there's no shadow in heaven, but a place where there should be shade is really where a place where you want to be cool, and a place that has snow is really a place of nice warmth and just, sunny warmth from the sun. And then where it's snow, there's also just songs of paradise of the snow. And there's songs of paradise in the gardens, there's songs of paradise in the beach areas, and it just gets better. The stars and the beach areas are filled with the galaxies and universes with so much color. There's so much color in heaven, there's so much beauty in heaven. Or is that enough? Alright. And then there's Jesus. I mean, there's one thing about all these colors and all that. It's where Jesus is. It's filled with his love, and filled with his wonder, filled with everything that gets happier and happier, and you don't want to leave there. It is just so wonderful. More things. It's much more wonderful than the most fun thing you have ever had, and you just don't want to escape from it. It's just so much fun to be there. So much joy, so much peace, so much, love, so much paradise and so much. It's just so much joyful paradise. It's just undescribable how much beauty is there. It's just got riches. Like, if you describe the riches, then there's also it's like nature, but really there's also gold everywhere and pearls, and just wood areas have their own shares of treasure, and there's also like treasure hunting for the young, and then there's also angels all over the place, more angels than in hell. There's also, it's just filled with total splendor of just paradise, you know? And not only that, it gets happier. And you can create your own house with all the pearls and gold. And you'll have the most holy mind to create the house. And it's going to be not the mansion that is beyond, like, earth, but it's going to be a mansion that is just filled with beauty. Not just like it's on earth, but really it's going to be, oh, how do I describe it? It's like, it's going to be made out of, like, pearls, and it's going to be made out of, gold. It's going to be decked with diamonds. It's going to be like the kingdom. It's just going to be like a kind of kingdom in Greece, like in America, like not in Greece, but like in Greece and in Israel and all that, in Africa and in China maybe even. It's got everything. Now what is the thing that, what is the number one thing? And what is the number one rule that made this beautiful heaven? It's Jesus. He also created the earth. Even though earth has death, you're never going to die there in heaven. Because once you pass second death, once you accept Jesus as your Lord and Savior, and just really know that you're a sinner, but without sin, because Jesus took away your sin, without that sin, you're His. Once you want Jesus within you, He will just, take you over. And in heaven, you just look like yourself, but you have all of your features, but all holy, nothing corrupt. So if you have sin in your life that you do, you're not going to have that anymore. But if you have the most loving personality that you can ever imagine, you also had a loving personality on earth. If you had a kind personality, if you wanted to protect others, you'll just do anything to be a warrior and just protect heaven, no matter what. And if you love animals, and this is the best part for me, but you also get to play with the animals, not in a bad way, but just like hug them and play tag with them and just catch up with them and then have a snuggle break. Most wonderful thing you can ever imagine. And how is heaven going to be so vast to carry all these animals and humans? Well, the answer is simple. It has everything. It has all the universe expanse. And if it doesn't fit anything else, it'll just expand anything. It'll expand and get bigger. It just expands. So nothing. You no longer have to worry about too many animals or too many humans in heaven, or too many angels, because it's ever expanding. And then there's also the city of heaven, which is also held within 1,400 miles by a cube. And it's not a literal cube. It is a huge mountain of a city. And heaven on everywhere else is pretty much paradise that is filled with the wonders of all the kingdom, and wonders in all of the kingdom as well. Well, anyway, I'll be done, okay? Bye.